over a week ago, Zack Snyder's Justice League was announced to be coming to HBO Max in 2021, aka the Snyder Cut. So, because we know that we're getting that now, a lot of people figured that, well, because fans had so much vocal power there with getting the Snyder Cut official, maybe we can make it happen with the Ayer cut as well, which is David Ayer's cut of the Suicide Squad, or actually just Suicide Squad. But at first I was like, I mean, come on, people, like, you won, don't be so greedy. But now that I know like what the Ayer cut actually is and how easy it would be to do it, I think they should honestly do it, and it sounds like possibly they are now. So this is really interesting, and I'd really be interested in seeing Suicide Squad in its original form. And it's actually definitely been an idea that director David Ayer supports, and he's been sharing a lot of news and details lately. He even released a couple photos from the original cut. And yeah, so he's told us about what this thing could be about, how different it would be, and basically it would be a better version of the movie we got in theaters. Some of the biggest parts that would have been different would be more backstories to some of the characters. Even Slipknot, who didn't even get backstory in the movie, but he would actually have a backstory in this version of the movie. Which, I mean, for him, I don't really see the point because, well, he's only in the movie for a few minutes. But, I mean, everyone else, extended origin stories and background stories, I guess, would definitely be interesting. But it gets way better than that, because then we have Katana getting possessed by Enchantress. Basically all of Jared Leto's version of Joker, all of his good scenes were cut from the movie, so we would have gotten all of his best scenes from the movie, and it would have featured him fighting the Batman and his history with Batman, and how he got some of his tattoos, including how he killed Jason Todd, Batman's version of Robin at the time. But then probably the biggest thing that would have been great to see in this version of Suicide Squad was the setup for Justice League, because apparently Enchantress was going to be possessed by a mother box, and then at the end of the movie, Steppenwolf would be summoned to Earth by her, and then that would be a big lead-in to Justice League. And also, Enchantress's henchmen, all those soldiers with like the eyes all over their head, yeah, those were originally going to be parademons. So this would definitely make sense, and this is also why fans are so adamant on getting the Ayer cut before we get the Snyder cut next year, because it sets up Justice League and it's like a prequel to it. So it kind of wouldn't make sense to get Justice League and then get the prequel after, but I'd still watch it even after. And yeah, so basically we now have an update on whether or not this version of Suicide Squad could actually be happening. Because a new report from DCEU Mythic claims that Warner Brothers is now actively discussing the possibility of having the Ayer cut debut on HBO Max in the not-too-distant future. And honestly, this is a great idea. It would be a win-win-win-win-win, however many wins, because it's a win for the fans, it's a win for Warner Brothers, it's a win for everybody involved with the movie. So, because like with Justice League, tens of millions of dollars will be needed to finish that version of Justice League, like at least 30 million, I think. But the original Suicide Squad is only lacking a handful of visual effects, as it was completed enough to be screened to test audiences. So, I mean, this report should definitely be taken with a pinch of salt, because it's not exactly a scoop to say the studio is mulling over a release for Suicide Squad, given how much talk there is about it online at the moment. But next year, we will be getting the Suicide Squad from James Gunn, which will be a kind of a cross between a reboot and a sequel. But whether having that and the Ayer cut come out in the same year would be a good idea is hard to say. But the Guardians of the Galaxy director has actually shared his support for the Ayer cut. And honestly, I think that having the Ayer cut come out before the Suicide Squad would actually boost interest in the Suicide Squad, because, I mean, if you get people talking about the original movie, then people will get more excited for the sequel / reboot thing that's happening. And like I said, David Ayer has said that his version of the Suicide Squad is actually pretty much done. I mean, they just need some more visual effects, and then it's done and all ready to go. So if they wanted to, they could easily get this out before Zack Snyder's version of Justice League, and they should, because Warner Brothers makes more money, the fans are happy, and everybody involved is happy, because, I mean, David Ayer would finally get his vision to be seen through, just like how it's happening with Zack Snyder. His vision is finally coming to fruition, and that's really all we want. We want to see the greatness of these versions of the movies that these directors had envisioned, that the movie studio Warner Brothers just ripped away from us and everyone involved. So anyways, guys, do you want to see the Ayer cut? Please let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you support the Ayer cut, then make sure you comment #release the Ayer cut. Because everybody did that with #release the Snyder cut. So maybe if we do it with the Ayer cut, it will actually work. And like I said, it will be so easy for them to get it done as well. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like button and smash the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.